So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jianfen Chen. I'm a PhD candidate in rhetoric and composition in my third year at Purdue University. I'm also a graduate instructor teaching professional writing courses at Purdue. I graduated from the MSTC program in 2019. And at that time, I was the treasurer of TCA during my time at NC State. In this talk, I'd like to share with you how I have incorporated a few online data analytics tools and database tools to teach students to conduct secondary market research. So first, I will brief you on the background of the course I'm teaching, the challenges that students face when writing market research in their business plans. Market research questions, 2 types of market research students may consider doing, online data analytics tools that they may use for conducting secondary research, and a 15-minute in-class activity. So first, the course I'm teaching now is called English 420E, with E standing for the focus on entrepreneurship. Basically, all students enrolled in this course have also enrolled in other entrepreneurship courses designed for them to earn the certificate of entrepreneurship and innovation. All students have the ambition to start up their own businesses, either now or in the near future. Because of this, instead of having students write white papers as a way to hone their research and writing skills in the business world, as I did for the last semester, the fall semester, I've designed a new module, having them work as a group of 4 people and write a business plan for their favorite business idea that they have voted for. Such a business plan is divided into a couple of sections, with one section devoted to the marketing plan. Before students map out their marketing plans, they need to pin down their answers to some key questions, such as the total size of the industry, the trends in the industry, the total size of the target market. Is it realistic for them to obtain the trends in the target market, and how customer needs or preferences are changing? So it is hard to answer all these questions without data. Like what is shown on this image, the top reasons that startup fails, among the top 3 reasons, 2 of them, such as no market need or get outcompeted, can be actually avoided by having a clear idea about the target market and competitors. So market research actually starts with market questions or market research questions. At the beginning of the class, I have students list out some market research questions they want to ask, and I write down a few questions they come up with. Driven by these questions, we embark on the journey to search for the answers. So then we discuss the 2 types of market research available for us to answer these market research questions. The first one is the primary research. To put it in a simple way, this type of research asks the researcher to collect the data themselves. They can do so by sending out surveys, having target customers participate in focus group interviews, conducting one-on-one interviews, carrying out on-site observations, and social media listening. However, given the time constraints for the students to write up their marketing plan within 2 weeks, it is really hard for them to complete primary research within this time frame. Because of this, for those, if primary research is not feasible, secondary research would be a good choice too. This type of research focuses on data already prepared by the third party, including reports and studies from other companies, government organizations, and other industry entities. In fact, there are tons of online data analytics tools available for students to do secondary market research and to present data-driven marketing plan in their business plans. In this 75-minute class, we spent about half an hour exploring some user-friendly and easy to implement online data analytics tools. For example, Similarweb can help them to carry out audience analysis and marketing channels analysis for any websites and apps. Since many of them are interested in creating their own business websites, analyzing their competitors' websites would give them a better idea about their target customers, as we can reasonably assume that they share some target customers with their competitors. I'll show you I think this is the Similarweb. Okay, I'm not sure if, okay, so I think we are on the Similarweb page. Okay, so actually I use Purdue University example and show them that Similarweb can provide them what Similarweb can provide them. After keying the word purdue.edu, Similarweb gives an overview of Purdue, its ranking, its audience, right? And it's like a competitors analysis, as well as its marketing channels. Okay, so another online data analytics tools, I think students also endorse actually is Google Trends, as it provides real-time data regarding the current trends and the trends in the past. One group in my class plans to open their own online furniture store. I asked them to tell the class their competitors, and they identify IKEA and Wayfair as the competitors. So actually we use Google Trends to see what Google Trends might tell us. Okay, so this example from Google Trends. So basically, yeah, we kind of determine that our target market is the United States, and then we key in IKEA and Wayfair as the comparable website. So this then Google Trends is telling us like the interest over time from the web search from the 2004 to the present. It's very interesting to note that IKEA draws more attention from people in these 5 regions like DC, California, Oregon, Utah, and Washington than in other regions, with the top queries being IKEA bed, IKEA furniture, and IKEA table. So actually there's a lot going on in the data, and I encourage students to explore and identify one or more tools they can use for in-depth exploration and put them into use after class. I'll get back to my slide again. I also introduced them to some search engine optimizing tools, such as Ahrefs, SEMrush, and Ubersuggest. These SEO tools help to connect their products or services directly to their customers and help them efficiently target their advertisements. However, since these tools require them to have their own business websites, they are not applicable to students' current stage of developing their business plans. Additionally, when students have their own business pages, such as Facebook page and or websites, they can also use Facebook Audience Insights and Google Analytics to conduct real-time and historical audience analysis as well. I demonstrate to them what Google Analytics can tell us via my own account. Okay. I got to get onto understand the demographics of the users who come to my website. I can go to here audience, and then under this demographics, I can see about 40% of my audience aged 18 to 24, and the male audience seems to outtake, and the male audience seems to outtake slightly female audience in their interest in visiting the website. In combination with other data from Google Analytics, it wouldn't be hard for researchers to get answers to the research questions about audience analysis. Okay, I'm getting back on this slide again. Okay, so in addition to this intuitive online data analytics tools, some databases are also very helpful for students to gain an insight or an overall picture of their industry or target markets as well. For example, Statista, as a powerful business data platform, provides insights and facts across 117 industries and 150 plus countries. One group in my class wants to market their game training platform across the world, and then they use Statista to give them a basic idea about their target market size in Europe, Asia, and North America. Meanwhile, another group wants to sell their boba tea and Hawaii poke to a local market in Lake County in Indiana. They also first use the Statista to get some insights about the boba tea market in the US, and then more detailed statistics from the Purdue Entrepreneur Databases to identify like the age, the education background, the household income and per capita of the local population that they target. So after introducing to the students the available data analytics tools, I have them work on a scaffolding activity to practice asking research questions using data analytics tools to help answer them, and then report to the class their findings. I can show you a little bit about this Google Doc we have used in the class. So I'm teaching two sections. We might want to take the first section starting from 1:30 p.m. as example. So in this first section, we can see, as I said, that one group is really interested in starting the business of the boba tea. So they actually analyze their competitor boba tea by using the Similarweb. And they also use Statista to get some insights on the boba tea's popularity in the US. There's another group I want to highlight a little bit. I think, this is the furniture group. And this is a furniture group. I think, this group is really interesting too. This group, actually, they are starting a social entrepreneurship. It's called Civic Engage. And they also use Google Trends to help them identify some of the, and also the Similarweb, I think, to help them identify some of the similar websites to theirs, and to see some interesting statistics there. So it's very interesting. So I think that's all I have for you for this short talk. So thank you very much, and I'm open to questions. I can be reached at via this email. So I welcome anyone who's interested in teaching business writing to get connected with me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to ask anyone in the audience if anyone had any questions. If not, I actually had a quick one. So I noticed you mentioned using a lot of breakout rooms, and you showed just now using Google Docs. I was wondering how teaching this course online maybe is, what challenges came with that, and maybe how that was a little different compared to if you were teaching in person.
Okay, that's a good question. Actually, this class I'm teaching in person, but for this section, I think because it is just right before the spring break, and kind of like I got a lot of requests from students, and they think that they might not be able. It's the afternoon class, by the way. So a lot of students say that they might not be able to come to the class, and I started a poll and asking them if I move the class online for only once, that would that be helpful to them? And they said yes. So I only moved this once on, online or virtually, yeah, for this section. And I think that the outcome is really great because students enjoy talking and spending time exploring their answers to the market research questions with each other in the breakout room. So it's pretty good. Well, at the same time, I want to say that for the in-person class, we do a lot of collaborative writing on Google Doc too. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for that answer. Any other questions?
Hi, this is Brandy. I have a question. Hi, can you hear me okay?
Sure, go ahead, Brandy. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was really fascinating how you took business writing and you made it so you connected it with entrepreneurship and market research. That certainly when I took business writing, my professors weren't that innovative to make that connection. But I think it's really relevant, and I'm curious if that broader perspective, if that has garnered more interest from students, taking that perspective of business writing. I'm just curious to get your experience there.
Okay, I think that I'm quite sensitive to students like the time response to the class, so I cannot say that I conduct a conference with students very often, but I do have like a one-on-one conference or group conference with students from time to time. So after this, I mean, 2 weeks later, I conducted a group conference with students, and I asked the students the question like, how do you feel about which part of the class do you feel useful to you? If you can use it, or if you think about you want to use it in your future career. And almost half of them responded by saying that they really enjoy, I give them the resources, or I introduce them to the online analytics resources that they online data analytics resources they actually can use. Yeah, so I feel okay, this is good, and kind of like yeah, and my assumption about their needs is right.
Randy, I think you're muted if you're saying something.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm always curious to see what that transition looks like from the classroom to industry, business and industry. And so I think that's a real win, I think, to hear students say that this isn't just something that they're required to do, but it sounds like it really speaks to passions and interests that they have as entrepreneurs as well. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brandy. Just I think maybe a second note, as I have a side project, and I was analyzing, with my Chinese colleague as well. The job postings regarding UX jobs. It's kind of like a comparative study between the US and China. We found that for the job postings regarding UX jobs, both businesses in the US and in China, they require their job applicants to have the sort of research skills. So that's a reminder to me as well that I need to think about how I can incorporate some at least some basic research skills or research tools into my class that students can take away or can build on it.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.